everyone, welcome to my channel. In today's video I'm gonna talk about different terms and documents that you need to know about to make your life easier in Canada. Let's get straight into today's video. First thing to know about is what are provinces and cities. As we have different states in India, they have different provinces in Canada, and those provinces have cities and towns inside them. This is very important to know because your taxes, your minimum wage and your different licenses are very specific to one province or a city, and you need to get different ones when you move to different provinces. Second thing is to know detail about your study or your work permit. Your study permit and your work permit states all your information that one needs to know about you: your passport number, your date of birth, the validity from and through what month or day it is valid to. Your UCI number on your study permit is the most important number, so avoid sharing your study permits unnecessarily to anyone because it could lead to identity theft. Number 3, bringing it to SIN number, which is actually your social insurance number. It's a very important number and should not be disclosed to anyone under any circumstances. No one is legally allowed to request for your SIN number if you have other legal documents. So make sure to get yours from Canada Service and then keep it safe. Only your employers can ask them to know your validity, and your social insurance number is actually linked to your passport and your study permit. Make sure to avoid sharing your official legal documents like SIN and your study or work permit. Next thing to know about is your driver's license. There are 3 different type of driver's license: G1, G2 and G. G1 is known as your learner's license, is where you go and give a computerized test, and when you pass that, if you don't have any experience from your home country, you would have to wait at least 8 months and then you're allowed to go for your G2 exam. G2 license test is where you actually pass a driving test with an invigilator with you, and once you pass that, you are authorized to drive on roads of Canada but not on the express highway. And the last license is called the G license, where you are authorized to drive on national highways all throughout Canada. Next thing to know about is taxes. You need to be educated about how much employee insurance, employee tax is being cut from your salary, how much you're being charged as GST or HST on products you are purchasing. For example, in Toronto, the employment tax is 15% from each pay slip, and the purchase tax or the HST or GST in Toronto is 13%. You should be very well aware of that, and these taxes keep changing with provinces. Just as taxes, you should be aware of your minimum wage. Every province has a different minimum wage. For example, right now in Toronto, Ontario, the minimum wage is 15.5, which was recently increased. Another thing to be knowledgeable about is your credit history and your credit score. Credit score indicates how reliable as an individual you are and how responsible you are by paying your bills on time. If you have a bad credit score, you won't be eligible to get a lot of services. Sometimes companies like Rogers always do a credit score before even providing their service. And start your credit history immediately in Canada as a student. Another thing to know about is what an open study permit is, what is an LMIA, the difference between those and which one is beneficial to you. On the surface level, LMIA is where you are bounded by a contract to one particular employer for a certain period of time in exchange of them supporting you for your PR, whereas open study permit is where you are eligible to work for any company in any industry up to mentioned hours. It's usually 40 hours. And the last thing to know about, there are different licenses to know about that can work as an asset for you while filing for PR, like security license, bartending license. If you have a special skills, knowing French could also help you in boosting your score for your PR. There are different ways to apply for licenses. For security, you have to pay around $300 to $400, and licenses in restaurant industry like waitressing and bartending, you actually have to give a test, like an MCQ test, and you get your license immediately. With that, we come to end of today's video. I hope you found it useful. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel for more videos, and let me know in the comment section below if you have any questions about today's video, or in general if you have any questions about Canada. I'll be happy to help, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.